Mario Party, the game we all love? Hate? I don't know. We've all played it though, and if you're like me, then you don't really like most Mario Party games. Everyone has a favorite, usually from their childhood, but I've gone back and played enough childhood favorites to understand that 10-year-old me had some pretty bad taste. What I'm trying to say is, the comments are not gonna like this. Most Mario Party games are bad. I've played every mainline Mario Party game, and I play them pretty much weekly. I've been doing this for at least 10 months now, and I keep going back to the same two games, Mario Party 6 and Mario Party 3. Every time I branch out from them, I can't help but feel disappointed. And it's not that the series lacks charm, and I truly believe that any game can be fun with the right people, but the difference in enjoyment that I experience when I play any other game in the series is staggering. The Mario Party formula isn't exactly consistent these days, but I can say that Mario Party has great branding. I seriously doubt these games would sell at all if it wasn't Mario Party. The last 4 games in the series, 9, 10, Super, and Superstars, all sold because, well, they're the next Mario Party. But Superstars, the game banking on nostalgia the most, sold really well. I just can't put my finger on why. In the last few years, Nintendo has entered a renaissance, and Mario Party is no exception. I'm hoping that Jamboree will be a new high for the series, but will it live up to my expectations? In order to answer this question, I have to ask a few more. What makes a Mario Party good? What is the Mario Party secret formula? This is coming out less than 2 days from Mario Party Jamboree's full release. As an experienced Mario Partier, I want to talk about what separates a great Mario Party from a disappointment. As I mentioned earlier, most Mario Parties are flawed. In fact, the original's design was so bad that Nintendo got taken to court. They were sued because kids kept rubbing holes in their palms trying to win tug-of-war. And then they brought it back for Superstars. What? The design elements of a great Mario Party can be boiled down to 3 aspects that must be balanced. These are speed, agency, and variety. I'm going to break down what makes each of these important and show examples of them in different games in order to explain my thought process. Now let's talk about speed. Mario Party is meant to be played with your friends. There are always 4 people in a classic game of Mario Party, even if you're playing by yourself. Each player takes their own turn, and a consequence of this is that you're only actually playing for roughly a quarter of the game's runtime, disregarding minigames. Now, this doesn't make it bad, it's just the structure of a board game. You can still strategize even if it's not your turn, and hopefully, you have at least one friend to talk to. What I'm talking about is the speed of movement, the speed of items, the speed of board events, the speed of everything. By design, roughly 3/4 of every game, you're watching other people take their turns. The slower the game is, the longer the wait. If a Mario Party game is If a Mario Party game is slow, it makes me want to gouge my eyes out. And for my first example, I'll take one volunteer from the audience. Yes. Mario Party 5. I hate you. This game takes forever. That's not the only thing that makes it suck, but it's a big part. Even just rolling feels so slow. Just moving space to space takes years. I'm starting to get wrinkles over here, and then I'm gonna look like a regular Hank Green. Mario Party 6 does not have this problem. Movement is quick, items are quick, you can skip the day-to-night cutscenes. Mario Party 6 feels like you can play twice the turns in half the time. Of all the Mario Parties that suffer from being too slow, Mario Party 8 sticks out to me. Mario Party 8 would be a great game, except it takes forever. Mario Party 8 has a good balance between agency and variety, but it always drags on too long. And the developers know this because it's the first game in the series to ever have a default 15 turns instead of 20. It also has motion controls from 14 years ago. Now, agency and variety are intertwined. There has to be a balance between the two. We're gonna start with agency. Nobody wants to play a game where they have no input. If you want to do that, then watch a movie. or play Candyland. But a party game shouldn't be designed with too much agency. That's no party at all, that's just skill. While there is undoubtedly skill to playing Mario Party, if you want to play a game where the better player always wins, Mario Party's not for you. Go play chess, nerd. The best Mario parties have just the right balance, where bad luck is an inescapable threat, but skill stacks the odds in your favor. Mario Party 9 and 10 stick out here. Because of their design, decisions don't really matter? Because everyone's in the same car, yanking the wheel back and forth, it feels like the other three players are dictating what choices you have. Out of all of the Mario parties, 9 and 10 feel like you're along for the ride rather than driving your own car. And I mean that very literally. Get me out of this fucking... A really great balance of agency is Goomba's Greedy Gala in Mario Party 4. On this board, everything is decided by gambling, but you can stack the odds in your favor if you know what you're doing. You can use Mega Mushrooms to bypass the otherwise mandatory coin flip events that will send you back to start, but if you roll past the star, you're shit out of luck. It's all a delicate balancing act where luck is absolutely a factor, but skill makes the odds dip in your favor. Something that really helps with agency is consistent bonus stars. In the first 6 games, bonus stars are always the same 3 stars. Because of their consistent nature, you can play for them by making certain decisions in game. An extra happening space there, a few less coins spent here, etc, etc. But in later titles, the bonus stars are randomly decided at the end of the game. It feels much worse, because bonus stars suddenly have a lot more to do with luck than skill. This could be fixed as easily as telling the players before each game begins which stars will be awarded. I like the idea of more than 3 possible bonus stars, but not knowing which ones are going to be awarded sucks. If you just let the players know what they're playing for, it would add variety, but not at the cost of agency. Let's tip the scales the other way and talk about variety. Any game that is exactly the same every time is boring. The point of a game is that you have influence on it. Of course, there's guaranteed variety in every game with turn order or what minigame you play at the end of each turn, but there needs to be more than that. Mario Party Superstars is a game that falls short here, disregarding how bad the boards are, which is a lot of disregarding. The game lacks a great gameplay loop. It has plenty of characters and lots of good minigames, but what it's missing the most is a good item system. There are 18 total items in the game, which seems like enough until you realize that the shops are static and everyone will only buy golden pipes and chomp calls as soon as they're available. Not only does this make the game take forever, it's not fun. What it really does is inflate the star count and the playtime across the last 5 turns. Now, this isn't to say that a golden pipe or any other item that takes you directly to the star is bad to have in a Mario Party game. In fact, I think it's a part of Mario Party's identity, but having so many of them so easily and readily available turns it from a rare game-changing find into the most commonly bought item. There is no variety in what people will buy because there is no better item and they're always available at the same time. You can't even say that the cost holds players back from buying these items because Lucky Spaces are commonly handing out 15 coins a turn. There is too much supply for the demand, which makes it boring. This one flaw, ignoring the boards, is what holds Mario Party Superstars back the most. Having a ton of variety in items is awesome. The 2 games that do this the very best are Mario Party 6 and Mario Party 3. The orb system used in most of the GameCube Mario parties was at its best in Mario Party 6. Items are extremely abundant in this game. Maybe actually too abundant. Not only can you buy them, you're guaranteed to pick a random one up whenever you pass an orb thing? I was gonna say space, but they're not space. I don't know. Anyway, some items can be placed on the board up to 5 spaces away, and others can be used on yourself. This slowly changes the landscape of the board and can make the later turns feel dangerous, no matter where you land. There are only 15 different orbs in Mario Party 6, but you're constantly picking random ones up. One of the bonus stars in Mario Party 6 is the Orb Star, which goes to whoever uses the most items. Shops have a random selection of 3 orbs per visit, and you nearly always want to buy and use something in order to compete for the Orb Star. Each different kind of orb, by which I mean the buffs, the spaces, and the traps, are all more or less effective depending on the number of turns in a game. The longer a game is, the stronger spaces get, for example. Orbs are a system of relative strength that make Mario Party 6 a ton of fun. Mario Party 3 takes the cake though. There are 2 different NPCs that you can find whenever you pass the item shop, either Toad or Baby Bowser. Toad's shop is filled with items geared towards benefiting the buying player, while Baby Bowser's items focus on affecting the other players through theft, curses, or just generally throwing a wrench into their plans. Not only does Mario Party 3 have a large selection of regular items, it also has super rare ones that can't be bought. These items are only found in random item bags given to you by Toad or Baby Bowser after answering one of their questions correctly or getting super lucky and finding a hidden block with an item in it. These items are crazy powerful, like the Wacky Watch, which sets the remaining game time to 5 turns left, no matter what it was at before. You don't constantly pick items up for free wherever you go, but there are item spaces all over the boards where you can play a minigame or answer a question to win something. The items up for grabs in the minigames are also randomly selected, which adds to the variety of the gameplay. Hidden blocks are an example of the same variety, and they're not always balanced very well. Again, Mario Party 3 has the edge here. While it does have hidden blocks where you can find coins or a star, you could also find an item. This makes hidden blocks way more fun because items are a system of potential power, not just liquid assets that artificially boost your placement. Hidden blocks can be a lot of fun when they don't just give out free stars. I want to talk about boards, but this isn't really its own section. Boards rebalance the speed, agency, and variety present in each Mario Party. Some of them add completely new mechanics. This is why it's so hard to have a Mario Party where every board is good. Mario Party 4 is a game plagued by bad boards. There are only 2 that offer a fun experience: Goomba's Greedy Gala and Shy Guy's Jungle Jam. Boards matter a lot. Mario Party Superstars is a game that had so much to choose from and managed to pick Peach's birthday cake. Why? There are great boards to pick from in the first 3 Mario Parties. Where's Chilly Waters? Where's Spiny Desert? Mario Party Superstars baffles me. Similar to boards are the minigames. Each and every one of them balances speed, agency, and variety differently, so it's really hard to have a lot of good minigames. One that I'll bring up here is Dungeon Duos, a minigame commonly thought to be one of the best Mario Party minigames ever created. It's not a fast minigame. It takes more than a full minute, but it's a game that tests the players on multiple skills, especially teamwork and communication. Dungeon Duos is an example of a fantastic minigame. An example of the worst minigame would be Cointagious. You press A and you get a random amount of coins. 20 seconds of riveting gameplay. This shit sucks. Minigames matter, but just having good minigames doesn't make a good Mario Party. I like Mario Party 7, which has Cointagious, more than Mario Party 4, which has Dungeon Duos, because I find the gameplay more enjoyable on average, even though I miss Dungeon Duos and wish that it was in every Mario Party. Mario Party 4's greatest strength is its minigames, and I wish that other games in the series held themselves to the same standard. So there you have it, my full thoughts on what makes a Mario Party game good or bad. This is, of course, subjective, but I think there are only 2 games in the series that successfully balance these 3 aspects. These are Mario Party 3 and Mario Party 6. I could go in depth on what I think of each of them, but I don't have time. So, here's a tier list. They haven't made a great Mario Party game since 2004, but Jamboree is here, and it's here to break the cycle. Mario Party Jamboree releases in less than 2 days. I have not played it yet. I'm waiting till the game fully releases. I will play a shit ton of it, and then I will make a follow-up video. Until then, wage a Mario Party war in the comments or something. Everybody say bye, Ogre Pine! Bye, Ogre Pine.